Today we're answering a question about a very specific skill, that of pommeling the leg to the inside for your hook when it comes time to work from deep half guard. Okay, the same thing is true when we're working from half guard and we're looking to put a butterfly hook in, but you can see it a little bit better with when we're working from deep half. This is true whether we're using the gi or not. We happen to be wearing the gi today, but if you're a no gi practitioner, the idea is the same. So let's start by looking at, we're going to use a very simple situation entering into deep half that occurs in training very frequently. And we're going to use deep half to expose the back and come up. We've looked at this in another video with no gi, but again, the mechanics are pretty similar. So we start with a partner here who is looking to control us and keep our shoulders on the floor. He opts to sit through, so he takes his knee up like so. So go back a step. So he moves his outside knee from the hip all the way up to the shoulder, and he takes this knee and he turns it to the sky. Okay, why is this a good idea for him? Well, if he can do this and then use his right hand to push my knees down, then his knee is free to move. He could drive this knee to the mat, or he could cut back the other way. So it's a good strategy for him, right? So when we see it happening and our partner goes to do this transition, you'll notice that there's a moment here where, as he's turning his knee to the sky, there's a gap between his shin and the floor. Go back down, put your knee again down. So here, there's no space between his shin and the floor. Plus, his knee is on the mat, and if I try to put the hook in here, it's very difficult. There's not a lot of space. But when I feel him starting to make this shift, look, freeze here, there's a little gap between the floor and his shin. And so it's into that space that we start to put our hook. So put your knee back on the floor, please. Go ahead and turn your knee all the way to the sky, do the full part here. And you pommel like so. Now that we have the hook underneath, we have a leg working under our partner's leg and a leg working over our partner's leg. As he goes to advance, we hide our arms here. We're going to use our knees to bring our partner forward, and we take our top arm underneath around our partner's leg. We take our bottom hand and we hide it here with our elbow tight to our belt. Okay? Don't make the mistake of leaving this arm out. If you do, it's likely that your partner will underhook and start to give you problems, or they can start to kimura. So we prefer to hide this arm. Now our job is to take our right shoulder, the top shoulder here, and hide it underneath this hip. So we're going to use our knees to bump and move our partner off so that we can take our shoulder behind our partner's leg like this. Your hooks are holding your partner's leg in place, preventing them from advancing forwards or retreating backwards. When we're ready to take the back from here, your grips can be anywhere. Okay, when we have the gi on, a lot of times we can use skirt grips here to secure our partner's leg, and you can use a belt grip as well, but it's not necessary. Okay, this is a kind of a very good way of holding your partner's hip. You can take a pass off from your right to your left, hold your partner's leg, and this is going to help secure the grip. Your top leg is going to pommel again. So it's going to go back, and it's going to form a hook here underneath your partner's shin once again. You can do this because your bottom leg is lifting your partner's leg, and there's that control. Now when we're ready, we're going to turn our bottom shoulder to the floor. For this, you're probably going to want to switch your grip, so you can go from one side to the other, and now you have a free arm where you can turn that shoulder down and start to retract your elbow. From here, we bring a knee forward, we move our body inside or behind our partner, and we can use that leg to start to extend, and there's your back exposure. This grip here on the hip now serves as an anchor so that we can stay behind our partner. We need to be a little concerned that he's going to turn to his right and start to face us. So we take a grip on the belt. As he goes to turn to his right to kind of come around the corner, come up and look to your right here. Yeah, good. Here, you're able to stay behind your partner and you have your hooks and behind your partner in the right and left. Okay? So one more time. Your bottom half, your partner slides the knee forward. Your outside foot, this leg here, goes underneath as the shin comes up off of the mat. Now from here, you can use your knees. The goal is to get your shoulder behind your partner's hip. You can use a skirt grip if you're using the jacket. If you're not, doesn't matter. You can just hold the hip here. We're going to elevate and extend. Take our bottom arm out the back door. And now here we have back exposure. If the partner's wearing the belt, you can control here. If not, it doesn't matter. You're simply going to plant your hand on the floor, bring your head up above your partner's head, and you're here for back exposure. So fitting that leg in underneath the shin can be a little bit challenging. You're going to have no problems if you focus on timing and paying attention to when your partner's shin leaves the mat, using that as the key indicator for when it's time to pommel the leg. Okay? So give this a try. Let us know how it goes. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.